My name is Garrett. I'll be one of your presenters tonight. I know we're pretty short on time, so I think we should probably just jump right in and start things. So bear with me a second here while I share my slides. All right, guys. So tonight is all about you. The reason we do these presentations live every week, twice a week, and really we've been doing them for years, is in my mind, there's no better way to help you help yourself. Now, you all know that old saying, you give a man a fish and feed him for a day, but you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Well, we're not here to teach you how to fish, but we are going to give you the knowledge, the training, the support to start your own online business. Now, I know that given the choice, most people would prefer to work on their own terms, to work on their own schedule, and to work for themselves, really. So why doesn't everybody? Well, maybe they haven't figured out a way to do that yet. Maybe they don't have the confidence to do it by themselves, or maybe they just haven't come across the right opportunity yet. Well, I'll tell you guys, this is why we're here. We are that opportunity. Now, the system we're going to walk you through today has literally been designed by the experts to work for the everyday person. And it's really as comprehensive as it can be. Our system includes all the sales tools, the training, the mentorship, even the right product mixes for you to get plugged into. So you can really just get up and running in the shortest amount of time, build momentum in your own business, and start achieving results. And I love this because for all of you that don't have any business background, or any experience with technology at all, guys, this can still work for you because the system has already been built and we manage it for you. Now, we're going to talk a lot about systems today, and we're going to try to keep it really fun. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. But to prove my point and really just to kind of show you what's possible here, I'm going to bring on my co-presenter. And honestly, guys, you're in for a real treat today because this woman who's coming on right now has done amazing things in the online world with really no online experience at all, helping people all over the world do the same thing. So please welcome to the floor, my good friend, Kim.
Thanks for that intro, Garrett. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for taking time out of your evening tonight, your day, wherever you're joining us from. I'll start by just introducing and sharing a little bit about myself and why I got started online and just how realistic it can be for anyone. I'm a health professional. My husband is a police officer. We love what we do. We've had really great careers that have lasted over 25 years, but we love to travel, and we are at a point where we want to be spending more and more of our time traveling. We want to spend our summers at the lake. We are just not prepared to be tied down to wait to do this for another 10 to 15 years while we report into a job. It's frustrating when our travel dreams are big, but our vacation time much smaller. Our kids are starting to leave the nest, and so we're ready to start doing that too. Now, we still wanted to be able to work to do something, and we had always, been looking at a business that we could run for ourselves, be our own boss. And we started going down that franchise route, and very, very quickly started to realize that was really just going to backtrack us in our plan and was going to tie us down to another full-time job, no ability to travel for years. So that's when we started looking around kind of out of the box and made that decision to go online. And this is our plan to get there sooner than later. Now, what I can tell you is that this is something that you can start to do in your spare time if you want, and you can successfully build it as a side business. I've been running my own online business for almost 4 years now, and when we retire in the very near term, we have a business that is well established. And guess what? It will travel with us when we want, where we want, because it's portable and we can literally do it from anywhere. Okay, that's my story. But let's really talk about why you're here tonight and why people are making that move online. So tonight you are going to learn how to start your own online business and how to grow it fast. Because really the goal is to make money as quickly as possible using our automated systems. And you're going to hear from people tonight who are, real people like me, yourselves, no past online experience, who have plugged into our systems. And you're going to hear about their success, how they're making money, and many who've been able to make that leap from employment to self-ownership and fire their bosses. So tonight, we're going to show you how you can make some of those big commissions so that you can be your own boss too. Now, we'll put this question up, why are people making that move online? But I don't really think it's a question you have to ask that much anymore, because in the last year or so, it's become a must do, based on what's unfolded with our pandemic and, what we've been faced with. As we sit here today, so many businesses around the world have moved online. Employees were working from home if they've been lucky enough to. But the scary thing is that there's been lots of businesses as well that haven't been able to operate. Storefronts have shut down. People have been out of work. And, I think that as we start to move back into, out of the pandemic, and we see this more and more, business as we know it has changed. And I'm not sure we'll ever see it return to the way things were before. Take a look at, here's a really good example, Disney. Okay. They recently announced that they're closing at least 60 stores in North America, which amounts to about 35% of its locations. They're going to place a larger emphasis on its e-commerce business rather than its brick and mortar, because it just makes sense. Okay. Businesses who have figured out how to leverage the online space are the ones, that are surviving. They figured out how to service their customers online, and they're thriving. Okay, so we're actually in a pretty exciting time because online is here to stay, and you don't want to be left behind. If you've been wondering and thinking if this might be for you, well, now is the time. I mean, this is the greatest thing because the internet is so young, it's still evolving and it's still growing. I mean, it might seem like it's been around forever, but it's only about 30 years old, and we're seeing the growth more and more each day. It never shuts off. It's open 24/7. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful business investors of all time, said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work till you die. So listen, people who are willing to take action today, learn how to operate online, will make up the online entrepreneurs of tomorrow. Right, Garrett?
Yeah, it's exactly right. And something we say a lot around here, guys, is that data doesn't lie. The numbers here don't lie. We've got people all over the world using this thing. And what some of these folks like Kim have achieved is absolutely incredible. And it never would have been possible if they weren't working online. Now, how did they do it? Well, they did it the same way you're going to do it when you plug into this platform. That's the beauty of this, guys. And I love this slide because it really shows you the variety of people that the system is working for. Right? These are regular, everyday people like you and me from all walks of life. I'm talking like teachers and firefighters and mortgage brokers and farmers and construction workers, you name it. And so, is this for you? Well, 100% it is, guys. This is the 21st century. It's super easy. Just think, have you bought anything online in the last 48 hours? I know I have. I'm pretty sure Kim has too, right? I mean, people are still buying groceries online because we've all gotten so used to it. And it's just so darn easy. I think if there's one lesson we learned from COVID is that nothing is certain, right? Hundreds of thousands of people who thought they had job security found out the hard way in 2020 that they really didn't, right? And the people without a backup plan, they really suffered. So that's why I say ultimately this is for everyone. And just to bring it back for a second, I want to talk about kind of what drove me to get to where I am today. Before I started working online, I was in the Navy for 12 years. And something I realized pretty quickly once I met my wife and we started having kids was that time is the one thing that you can never, ever get back. I spent so much time away from my family while I was deployed overseas. I'm talking like months on end, right? Missing my children's first words, their first steps, other huge milestones in my whole family's life, all because I wasn't in control of what I did with my time. Now, what's so beautiful about our system and the automation that we're using is that it removes a huge part of that human element of running a business. So really my time is my own to do with as I please, right? Because our system doesn't sleep. It doesn't take breaks. It doesn't catch COVID, right? I don't have to be there to monitor things 24/7. So I can really spend time doing the things I actually want to do. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of work to be done, but with the automation we have, we really kind of alleviate that pressure of doing everything and focus on what's really important here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as easy as we make this sound, we want to be transparent. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars next month. If anyone tells you that, turn around and run for the hills. It'd be great, but we want to be realistic here. And I think that's probably what you're looking for too, something that's real. We've all seen things going through our news feed every day that, we stop, we question. There's a lot of sketchy things out there right now. And I can honestly say that we do run our businesses with transparency and integrity. Now, our results, we like to say, are not typical, but we're not typical people because every single one of us that are here, we all got to that point where we either needed a change from where we were at the time, or for some people, like literally there was no other option but to find an alternative during these crazy times. So we knew we were going to learn a new skill set, learn how to work online no matter what it took. And we took that leap. We kicked our fears aside and we actually took a chance on ourselves. And so the system that we'll teach you how to use has proven to convert, and it does make money. Here's the thing though, okay? You are the only variable here. You have to be able to hold yourself accountable to your business and to yourself. And for me, I am the only variable in my business. If I don't show up, then I'm not making money. Would you agree, Garrett?
Well, and you're dead right. That's a beautiful thing, really, when you think about it too, right? You were putting control back in your hands, right? And a hard lesson that we all learned in COVID was no matter, it doesn't matter if you are an amazing employee, you don't have job security, right? If that business can barely afford to survive, it certainly can't afford to pay you. So wouldn't it be nice if you can kind of count on yourself instead? Right? Nice to know that control is in your hands. I mean, let's be real here. You're probably not going to fire yourself, right? You're not going to lay yourself off. So let's talk about putting control back in your life. Let's talk about putting stability back in your life. And the beautiful part about this, I think, is really the simplicity that's built into this program. Let's start at ground zero. This is a perfect place to begin, guys. Every solid business in the world has to have a solid foundation that it's built on. Right. And basically every successful business is built on the same three core pillars. And all the time they look like this. Ultimately, you need to find a product that people want. You've got to figure out a way to tell them about it. And you've got to figure out, who's going to want or need it the most. Right. It's pretty obvious stuff. But, how the heck do you make sure you're ticking off all these right boxes and building these three pillars in the online business world? Well, I've got some good news, because you don't have to do it on your own. Right? We've got you covered. And what Kim and I are going to show you over the next few minutes here, we're going to cover each and every one of these pillars in our program. So why don't we start with pillar number one, Kim?
Yeah, so this first pillar is all about finding a product that people want. Now, thanks to the internet, we know that we can literally buy anything, anytime, anywhere. And, it's true, because in this last year and a half, we have relied on the internet more and more for everything, for more of our purchases. So as the internet continues to grow, the online market is growing. It's capitalizing on this, and it's incentivizing online marketers like ourselves to drive traffic to their products. Now, here's just a few companies that have what we call referral affiliate programs, and they're having huge success with this kind of a model. You've got eBay, Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, Apple. There's tons of these, but they're very, very successful. But we also want to draw your attention to another group that we refer to as the middleman. And these are the affiliate networks. And some of these you've probably never even heard of. ClickBank, Max Bounty, Commission Junction, ClickSure. These are just a few of them. But what we really want to show you here is take a look at the bottom of the slide. And we have a sample URL there. Now, the next time you go online and you make a purchase, take a look at the very end of the URL of the site that you're on. You're probably going to see a series of letters, numbers, and that typically is a code. And what that means is that, when you make a purchase, there's an online marketer on the other end, somebody like myself, that's making a commission when you make that purchase. So ultimately, your goal is for you to have your initials at the end of that link as well. Now, the one thing to note is that with these models, though, the middleman is taking a cut of the commission. And so being able to work directly with the retailer is really where you can maximize your earnings, right, Garrett?
Yeah, and this really is the key to everything, guys. You've got these two access points to the online space so that you can actually sell something. Now, we should make sure we're really clear on the difference between the affiliate program and the affiliate network before we move on. There's this myth in the online space that if you diversify and you sell a whole bunch of trinkets and trash and gadgets and gizmos and lotions and potions, right, that you'll eventually get rich. When probably the only thing that's going to happen is you fill up your garage full of useless inventory and end up right where you started or worse. Now, I say avoid the affiliate networks, because not only are you going to end up spreading yourself too thin, but you're also going to be working with the middleman. And like Kim said, that means for every single sale that your business makes, they're taking a cut in your commission. Now, here's a pretty easy question for you guys. Let's say you're a brand new business owner. Do you want to make the maximum commission possible? Well, of course you do. Right? It's a no-brainer, but you're only going to do that by establishing a relationship directly with a retailer. And here's where it gets tricky, right? Not all retailers are created equally. Another hard lesson we learned from COVID was exactly this, right? How many retailers disappeared forever during COVID because they were not ready to see the world go upside down, right? If you're going to plug into a retailer with an affiliate program, you want to make sure that you're plugging into one that can actually weather those uncertain times, right? One that can provide programs that are international, because as an online entrepreneur, you are an international business owner. But here's the thing we need to make sure we're clear on before we move on to this one, right? all these affiliate programs that are offered by the retailers, they're not created equally either, right? Some of them are extremely lucrative. Some are downright cheap. Right. And it's important that not only are you plugging into a solid international stable retailer that you can count on, but also one that provides a generous compensation program so that you can really maximize your earning potential. And the good news is, guys, we've already gone out and done the homework and we've found the programs that you want to plug into. And this saves you a ton of time and a lot of wasted effort, and ultimately avoids the whole issue of you having to fill your garage full of useless products that you will never sell. Guys, it's important that you get the right program, and we will help you do it. So that's pillar number one. Pillar number two is where we show you how to close some sales.
Yeah, and this is, finding a way to actually tell people about your products. Now, it really comes down to using automation though. And, we use what we call sales funnel. And you might not have heard this term before, but it's basically attraction marketing. And I'll put this into perspective. A lot of you might come from the business world where you're used to making sales pitches, cold calls, doing presentations, writing proposals, endless follow-up. It's lots of work, it's cutthroat, and it's exhausting. Okay. There's also that scenario if I'm sure you're familiar with this, if you've ever had a home-based business where it's encouraged to make a list of 100 people, engage with them, call them, see if they're interested in the products that you have. In both of these scenarios, it's all about pressure. You're chasing people down, talking one-on-one, making your sales pitch. It's not attraction marketing at all because you're putting pressure on people. And we know that those pushy sales methods just don't work anymore. But if you have access to a sales funnel that is automatically reaching thousands of people a day, showing them your offer, converting them to leads, who are actually, reaching out to you and asking you for information, then this is the most powerful tool that you can have to attract people rather than having to chase and convince people to become customers. Right, Garrett?
Yeah. And, probably most of you have never even heard of attraction marketing, right? I mean, what does that even really mean? Well, it's kind of the difference between customers coming to you versus you going to the customer. I mean, if you ever walked into a car dealership, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That's not attraction marketing. You walked on the lot and really you're like a pork chop in a lion's den, right? You're almost instantly being swarmed. Why? Well, because that's how sales work in that environment. But thanks to the internet, that's all changed. Right now, it's up to you. It's up to the consumer. You can hop on your phone before you even get out of bed and make a major purchase because, you can go on things like Google and Yahoo and maybe even Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, or, you name it, right? And you can find all kinds of stuff that you need to buy. And the beauty of online marketing is it places you in control as the consumer, right? You're finding the stuff, you're finding the businesses, and it's really all about you and your schedule. So when you happen across a business that you're going to make a purchase with, what happens? Well, that's when the sales funnel comes in. You see, guys, the sales funnel is really just a fancy name for a system, an automated system, a system that engages you as a customer and provides you with all the information, all the resources you need to basically make an informed buying decision, right? You decide if you're in the right place at the right time, if you like what you see, and if you're going to make a purchase that day. And all of this happens automatically, right? Because the systems are always up and running, right? They're engaging your customers 24/7 completely consistently. So really everybody gets the same level of service, right? That right there, that is a powerful thing because that means that now as a business owner, your business can stay open 24/7, whether you're in front of a computer, whether you're asleep or awake, right? Your customers are getting the same kind of interaction and service. And basically you're waking up to cash in the bank because now you can close sales while you're asleep. And I'll tell you guys, when you start to get a system like this up and running, it's really hard not to feel like you're printing your own money.
Yeah, it is, Garrett. And it's this whole idea of automation that we really love. Now we put up this visual. It does look a little bit silly, but would you trade a $5 bill for 100? I mean, absolutely. I don't know anybody who wouldn't right now. But this is an example of what a converting sales funnel does for your business. Now, here's another example. How many people do you know who go out every single week and buy a lotto ticket hoping to win the big jackpot? I mean, it could be you never miss a week, but just imagine if every single week you bought a ticket, you were actually guaranteed to win $100 minimum every single time. I mean, if that was the case, we'd all be out buying lotto tickets every week because they convert. Okay. It's wishful thinking, but it's a really good example of how a sales funnel converts for your business, how powerful it is for your business. And, we can guarantee you that every successful business online is using some sort of automated system.
Yeah, you're dead right. There's not a single successful business in the online space that isn't using a sales funnel, right? Again, this is just business 101, guys. What we've learned over the years here is that, just as the sales funnel is really the most important part of a successful business, it also seems to be the number one hurdle for the average everyday person to even crack into the online space. And if you think about it, that makes sense, right? If you're going to make something online, it's going to require some tech knowledge, and most people don't have that. But also, we're in the 21st century. You're going to need your design experience and marketing know-how too, right? And it's just because everything is so glitzy and glamorous these days in the online space. Well, again, the average person doesn't have those skills, but that's okay because we've built this system, right? So that now you can forget about these three entirely, right? You don't have to do this all on your own anymore. And honestly, we've taken it to a whole other level because we even run and maintain this platform for you, right? So it's literally like having an entire tech department in your back pocket. We built the system, we run it for you, so you don't even have to give it a second thought, right? And just to amp it up one more level, we provide hands down the best training in the online space. And that's something that every single business owner needs to be successful, right? If you want to be successful, you've got to have this training, guys. Again, data doesn't lie. The numbers do speak for themselves. And the beauty of this training is that it introduces you to the key concepts and shows you how to leverage the existing systems, right? So that you can find quality traffic and let these systems convert those leads into paying customers. Guys, having this kind of win-win combination in place not only means you have a tech team in your back pocket and international level training, but it's going to save you a ton of money and could also make you a ton as well. I'll tell you, it's probably safe to say that 99.9% of the people who work with us do it because they don't have to worry about the system stuff, right? And what that really allows you to do as a business owner is focus on the fun parts of your business that you're actually going to enjoy, which is actually a really good segue into pillar number 3. So Kim, I'll turn it back over to you here.
Yeah, sure. I think probably this third pillar is the most important one. And this is all about finding the right people to buy, because it comes down to traffic, but you also have to have good quality traffic. And when we talk about traffic in the online world, that means visitors coming to your website. But if you don't have traffic, then nothing matters, because, you don't have anyone looking at your business, no buyers, you're not making money. So I'll use another example here. Let's say you have, a big fancy outlet shopping mall, all these beautiful stores, high-end products that really caters to out-of-town travelers coming through. But if the highway or the exit ramp to turn into that mall is closed off so nobody can get to it, then you don't have the right traffic going to the mall, because if all you have is, the local senior mall walker showing up to get their daily bit of exercise, you've got traffic in that mall, but they are not there to shop in the stores. They're not looking at those high-end products. So nobody's buying anything and nobody's making any money. So nothing matters. It's the exact same scenario in the online world. You have to have traffic. And like Garrett talked about, we teach you how to find that traffic, but even better, we show you how to find good quality traffic who are just as excited about what you're selling as you are. And that's what's key.
And think of it this way. When you've got the right offer in place, which we do, and the right system to introduce your offer, which we do, and you put in high quality traffic, well, that's all you really need to generate revenue, right? And the core of everything is this. The simple assumption in the business world is if you're going to be successful in business, you're really just helping people, right? If you need something and you can find somebody who can provide that thing for you, you're going to be willing to pay them for it, right? That's why you're all here today, right? There are hundreds of you watching us live right now. And think about it, guys. You're all here for the same reason. You're here because you want to learn how to generate an income, a stable income stream that you can manage from your home, right? Well, what happened is when you landed on one of our websites that was presenting you that opportunity, you took us up on it because it was a solution to your need. And in our case, it was a no-brainer because it's a free webinar. But guys, this could just as easily have been us trying to sell you something. Maybe your iPhone has a cracked screen, and wouldn't you know it if an ad doesn't pop up on your Facebook page offering you an online purchase of a new iPhone screen, right? We've all seen that happen. But do you buy it? Well, yeah, you probably do, because we've all had an iPhone screen that's cracked, and we know that's really annoying, right? So you're going to buy it. Guys, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't even matter if you're working online or offline. All that really matters is that you're following this 3-step process that we've laid out here. And it's the exact same the exact same process across the board here, right? Whether we're offering a free webinar, a $100 iPhone screen, or a $2 million mansion, guys, it's this 1, 2, 3 process that determines the success of a business.
Yeah, so now you know the exact three-step system to success that, all the people who are achieving that big success in their own online business are using. And it really is, when you work online, when you're your own boss, there is no cap to your income because the sky is the limit. I mean, you're the one that gets to determine what you're worth, not somebody else. Now, I said it already once before, but it is going to depend on how much effort you put into your business, because money is not going to start growing on the money tree out back. You really do have to put the effort in, and you have to be willing to learn. But the great thing is we teach you how to do it. Now, you could do this all on your own if you wanted to, but here's the thing, two big problems, is time and money. Okay. If you're going to do this on your own, it takes countless time and hours to research software programs, test them out, trial and error. Who's got all that extra time these days? The second thing is cost, because it takes some serious cash for all of these software systems to get up and running online, making sure that they actually integrate with each other. So it starts to get pretty darn expensive. Now, we put a list together here just to give you a bit of a visual of some of the software systems you're going to need for basic setup for any kind of online business if you do this on your own. You need ClickFunnels, you need Infusionsoft, ClickMagic, Easy Webinar. You can start to see that annually it's going to cost you more than $20,000. And this is probably really conservative. This is basic setup just to get yourself started. The great thing is you don't have to worry about that here, because you don't have to do it alone. We've already done it. We literally save you the money, the time, the stress, because we plug you into our system. And it really comes down to one word: leverage. Okay. We are all about working smarter, not harder around here. And that's what it's about. You are leveraging our online system.
And I think the real thing that's so exciting is it allows you to get down to business that much faster. I mean, think about most businesses, they struggle most when they're starting out because they have to build everything from scratch, right? Well, the beauty of this platform, guys, is that you don't have to build it all from scratch. Again, we built it, we manage it for you, but also the fact that we have this community of users makes it even more awesome, because now there's thousands and thousands of people all over the world using this thing with experience and knowledge that you can tap into. Right? Think of the size of this community, guys. It's been around for years. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, simply put, new people need help, right? And on the days that you have questions, you can ask them and actually get answers. And on the days that you have these kind of self-doubts, we can be your cheerleaders. And on the days that you're not sure where to even begin, you can reach out to somebody and they can give you a hand, right? I'll tell you guys, it takes the pressure off and it makes the whole process a heck of a lot more fun. And don't forget, you're going to be starting out on that solid foundation just like everyone else before you, right? We've got everything done. We've done the product research. We've already built the system. We even manage it for you. But on top of that, we've got this awesome online training that gets updated daily, right? So that now, even if you're not a tech person, you can harness this automation, right? I tell you guys, when you can close your lid on the laptop, take the kids to the park and know that your business doesn't suddenly stop when you do, that's everything. Right? Because again, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter how rich you get in this life, you'll never be able to buy back your own time. Okay. So sure, it's important to focus on making yourself wealthy, but it's even more important to be able to spend your time doing things you want to do. And that right there is how we help people the most. And guys, at this point, you've got enough information to be dangerous, right? I think we should all probably turn it back around to you though. And I think it's really important that you ask yourself this one question.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really does come down to one question. And it's three simple words. Are you ready? Are you ready to step outside your comfort zone? Learn how you can plug into a proven system and make a real change in your life. Folks, this is a chance for you to do things differently, like so many others around the world are starting to do. What is it you're looking for? You want to create more personal freedom, travel more, work from anywhere, spend more time with your family, support your family. I mean, are you really ready to achieve something different for yourself? Because if you are, that's great. Let's get you started. Garrett, why don't you, break it down a little bit more and just show everyone how exactly this works.
All right. So guys, when you join our team, you're getting access to personal coaching and mentoring, and you're getting plugged into a whole community that's built on that. Right? Really, you're seeing this firsthand right away, because on a weekly basis, we're holding live masterminds that everybody's welcome to come to. This, along with all the coaching pods and support channels that we've got provided. And really, the beauty of it all is that now you can learn from the experience and knowledge of these people who are already running this business. I mean, really, the weekly masterminds are always a blast because they're hosted by people that are already seeing incredible results, right? People making 6, 7 figures in the online space already, successful users that you can listen to and learn from. And the training that I mentioned, guys, it's constantly being updated. Right, it's literally been broken down step by step into video modules. We find it that much easier for you to kind of follow along that way, right? Self-paced, do it on your own time. We've even included subtitles if English isn't your first language, or if you're hearing impaired, you're totally okay. Okay, all of this would be great on its own, but it's even better because our program is fully comprehensive. Right? The fact that it includes the products, the right affiliate programs, it means now you're not going to spin your wheels buying a whole bunch of gadgets and gizmos and trinkets and trash, right? You're not going to waste your time and energy, filling your garage full of useless garbage that you'll never sell. You're never going to have to worry about trying to ship stuff all over the world or worry about poor margins or products, right? There's so many terrible programs out there that people are always trying to rope each other into, especially these days, right? And these programs they're selling toothpaste or supplements or vitamins or candles or body wraps, right? You name it, right? And consider this, guys. It's always important to think of it this way, I think. How many tubes of toothpaste do you have to sell before you can pay off your mortgage? Okay. And that's a good way to frame this in your mind, because, if it's a lot, then that's probably not a great system to work in. Right. And let's be honest, guys, it's toothpaste. So it's going to be a lot. Right. So I think you're wasting your time with a program like that. And I'll say this to you guys, you need a program where you have a supplier that doesn't require you to buy mounds and mounds of products to store and sell later. Right. This is the number one way I see people go upside down in business. They sink all of their savings into the overhead. And then suddenly they realize they've got a garage full of products that will never in one lifetime be able to sell. So if you can avoid that, which you can, you should, and we can help you do that. And guys, I want you to know how seriously we take this too. For each and every one of you that joins this program, we get on the phone with you and we have the exact same introductory phone call that we have with all of our people. And this is where we sit down, we get to know you, find out what's going on in your life and what your goals are. And we make sure that you're clear on how this program works. And we come up with a plan that'll get you running towards whatever goals you have. Right. And once you're in, you'll also realize really quickly that, you're an entrepreneur now. Right? You are the business owner. This is your baby. You're surrounded by thousands of other online entrepreneurs who are doing the same thing. So, we're all doing the same thing. The beauty of this is that you can mastermind and you can strategize and we can all share information together and help each other out. Okay. Now, an amazing part about what we've got here is our membership training site. And I've said it 5 times already because it's true, right? It has the combined knowledge of all our top people. I mean, this is literally the culmination of millions of dollars of marketing experience in the online space. Okay. So now you're not out there trying to figure it out on your own. You're learning what worked for people and so that you can apply it to your own business. Right. And those masterminds I mentioned that we do live, we store those recordings in the same member website. So you can really access anything and everything whenever you need to, right? We've got 3 years plus now worth of masterminds that you can review, guys, hours and hours and days upon days at this point, worth of incredibly useful information just at your fingertips. Now, one of the things that you're going to be learning is how to harness social media marketing. Now, some of you who are here today, might actually believe that Facebook is just there so that you can watch funny videos and, keep in touch with friends and family. But guys, the reason Mark Zuckerberg has $130 billion is 100% because so many people advertise on his platform, right? And why do so many people use it? Well, it's the same reason that they're using Google, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all those other platforms. It's because they work. Right. And again, the big lesson we learned from COVID, all of these businesses that went bankrupt, they went bankrupt because they couldn't figure out a way to engage their customers. Right. And the ones that survived and even thrived, right, those are the companies that harness social media marketing so that, even though they're locked in their house and you were locked in yours, they can still get in front of you and show you how they could help you solve your problem and fulfill your need. Right. And these are the ones who are still making sales because they figured out a way to do it online, right? To get their business online. Guys, it's the 21st century. If you want to be successful, you need to know how this works and we will teach you. Okay. And keep in mind, it might sound like a lot to you right now, but you're not doing this on your own, right? Kim came into this the same way I did with no online experience, right? And now she's absolutely killing it in the online space and helping a lot of other people do the same thing. Okay, that's just a reflection of the size of this community and the quality of the training that's available. And Kim, I'll put you back on here just for a second so we can kind of get your take on what your experience with this program was.
Yeah, definitely. I think the mentorship piece really is a differentiator for us and such a great part of my own business. I mean, I had no experience with the online space. So having that ability to, walk step through the process, what to do, ask questions was really important. And now being a coach myself, we see so many people come into the business with literally no computer skills. I mean, as you start to see them succeed, there's no greater feeling. I mean, it's great. And I think that's one thing that's fantastic is, why not follow in the footsteps of others who have gone through the exact same thing that you're going through. That's the key to success. Just that one-on-one mentorship. We have a bit of a saying around here is that, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself when you're part of this business community. And that's what's great because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You are getting the exact same system, the same tools, resources, that we've all been using, that every single person in our business community uses to start and to run their own online business and earn that extra income. Garrett, throw those numbers up here again. Why would you even want to try this on your own? Because again, that basic setup cost is going to be, more than $20,000 a year. And again, that's so conservative because this is basic setup cost. Just think about all the extra, tens of thousands of dollars that you're going to have to spend on training, support, joining business groups to help keep yourself current. I mean, the great thing is that we have already done this for you. You have access to all of that knowledge and information, the daily mentorship, access to our weekly masterminds, our system, it's all there. Okay, you don't have to do it alone. Now, we've been promising you we're going to save you money, so here it is. We are offering all of this to you for a one-time membership fee of $149 only.
Kim, I always kind of laugh when you throw that slide up there because, we both know those numbers don't even scratch the surface, right? $20,000. I mean, guys, between the tech support and the systems and the price of everything just going up and up and up, that's just the beginning, right? I want to just quickly explain why we can do this so cheap though. $149, right? That's not much money. It's really just because we are the biggest game in town, right? We have so many people joining us on a daily basis. We don't need to gouge everybody. All right. This is not a monthly charge, guys. We're not looking at signing you up to some kind of cheesy subscription program, right? This is a one-time only membership fee. Okay. So here's what happens next. For those of you who are ready to pull the trigger and get started, all you have to do is click on the button that says join our success team. You pay your $149 and check your email. Okay. We're going to send you an email because we don't want to rush you. Okay, we don't want you to rush into anything or feel pressured. So we want you to take your time and make a wise decision here. Now, that email we send, it's going to have 3 links. Okay, the first link is going to take you to a series of videos that will, basically walk you through everything Kim and I have covered here tonight, but in way more detail. Okay, we know we've moved fast, guys, and we did warn you at the beginning that we would be. But for the people who are really interested in the content, you're going to be learning about the system and how it works, how it helps people. Right, you're going to learn about the products and how they work. You're going to learn about the compensation programs and how they work. Right, you're even going to learn strategies that people in our community have used over the years to really get the biggest results in their business. Right, but while you're going through all that, we're also going to add you to our online community, and this is a very important step because we want you to see that these are real people. Right, they're running real businesses, they're getting real results, but you have to see it for yourself. And then comes the most important step, and this third link is where you are going to book your coaching call. Remember, I said that we have a coaching call with every single person that joins us. Well, now we want to have it with you. Okay, so we're going to get on the phone so we can actually figure out where it is that you want to go and how you're going to get there. Okay, now, guys, something to keep in mind here is that our system is built on transparency, right? And we bend over backwards to make sure that all of our people have all the tools they need and have access to all the information they need as well, right? They're part of a program that's built on respect. Right? Everyone needs to learn in a safe place, and we all need to know that it's okay to ask questions. So here's a community where it doesn't matter how old you are, right? How young you are, or what gender you are, or what faith you are. It doesn't matter where you live or who you love, right? The only thing that matters is if you have a question, you're going to ask it, right? That you're going to wake up every morning and be excited about your business, to push yourself out of bed and hold yourself accountable, because if you don't, nobody else will. It's your own fuel that's going to drive your business. It's your passion, your drive and excitement, right? That's something that we can't provide you. But I'll tell you, if you've got the kind of drive, the kind of passion, the excitement, well, guys, we've got the system. So this is it, guys, your chance of a lifetime here. It's literally the thing that changed everything for my family and me, that's changed everything for countless others. Here's the deal, guys. If you want to be successful in life, you have to surround yourself with people who are more successful than you. Right? Surround yourself with people who have more experience, more knowledge than you, right? Everybody knows this. How else are you going to learn? How else are you going to see what's really possible? And that's why we've combined our system with our community together, right? It's all possible, guys, but you have to click on that button first. And I think everyone can agree that 149, if it can change your life and change everything for the better, it's absolutely worth every penny. Guys, it's just a no-brainer. So Kim, why don't you hop back on here for one more time? Let's just walk them through what they're getting for their money. And just so we're crystal clear, I think we should also point out how this is a totally secure transaction.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's do one final recap here. So your one-time $149 investment is going to get you access to a number of things that we've already talked about. You get access to the products that pay those huge commissions. You're going to get access to our advanced social media marketing training that we update on a daily basis. So it's current, it's cutting edge. You're going to get access to our mastermind sessions, our ongoing mentorship. But most of all, you're going to get to leverage our automated business system. And what's especially nice is you're going to get your very own branded sales funnel that is proven to convert. And remember, that is the secret sauce for people who are really successful online. It's branded to you. It's been tested. We're all using it. We know it converts. And really and truly, probably the best way I can describe this is that we are handing you a personalized online franchise. It's got your name on it, your picture. It's your business. You're the boss. Again, you are the only variable to your success, but you hold that key to your success. Okay. Now, it does get better. And like Garrett said, we're going to take the risk out of this for you tonight when you click that button tonight and join our team today. Okay. You are going to send, when you do that, we're going to send out all the videos to you. Like Garrett said, you're going to have a full 30 days to go through those videos as many times as you want. And we want you to do that. Do your due diligence. Make sure this is the right fit for you, because we don't want to work with just anyone. We want to make sure that you understand our business model, understand how the commission structure works, because it's really impressive. So we encourage you over the next 30 days, go through the videos. At any time you decide it's just not for you, not a problem. Let us know, send us an email. We will refund your $149. Okay, no questions asked. Now, the only caveat that we do have is that once you've had your coaching call with a business coach, that $149 is no longer refundable. The reason is because as coaches, we're getting on the phone with you. We're spending time to understand, what are your goals? We want to help create a personalized strategic plan that's going to get you up and running and going from A to Z as soon as possible. So our coaches invest their time to work with you, to review the business and develop a plan for your success. So after this point, it's not refundable, which we think is pretty reasonable. Okay. So on that note, I'm just going to say it one more time. We know that successful people take action. So are you one of those people that's ready to take action today? I sure hope so. Before I turn it back over, I just want to say for myself, my husband and I, we're so glad we made that decision to go online rather than the franchise route. Especially sort of with what's been going on the last year and a half. I mean, we realized that this was the best fit for us. It's an online franchise. I mean, I've spent practically the whole summer at the lake here, and I would not be doing that if I was running a brick and mortar franchise business, that's for sure. If I can do it, I know you can too.